there was a whole conversation talking about watching, about the watch and whether the watch worked. He really wouldn't seem to let on that the watch isn't working. Your sense?
Yeah, but I think he did let on a little that some sort of mea culpa that it hasn't really been a success as much as they thought coming out, that they're going to have to, the 2.0 version, that really is sort of the key going next year. And I think this was really sort of a seminal interview because right now their back is against the wall. And I think Cook, for the first time, there's some speed bumps ahead, and I think that's why they really wanted to show some of the innovation, some of the things to look forward to.
He put on a brave face then, right? He was not letting on that there was a problem.
He's never going to do that. Yeah, he's going to, everything's work in progress. Anything can be improved.
Right.
That's kind of the party
So
line.
one of the things at the very end of, I believe, the second segment, if you remember, they showed off a little bit of what the new building is going to be.
Yeah, spaceship.
And it got me thinking, it's an amazing spaceship of a circular.
That there's just a 2-meter hole that you could shoot into. Sorry.
But what it really got me thinking is
not much bigger than a womp
every
rat.
time a company has put their name on a big stadium or built a new building, it invariably, is the high sign that this is the top.
That's the peak, yeah. That means after that.
And I think that's the worry. And that's the worry right now for investors is just given the smartphone market, success is definitely, I think demand's been less than stellar. And now so much is focused on iPhone 7 for Apple. And I think investors right now, it's a glass half empty in terms of going 2016. And they're really in a prove me situation, Cook, Ivy, the whole crew. And I think that's why this was a very well-timed interview in terms of...
I mean, life is relative. They're doing pretty well. I mean, in the grand scheme of things. Maybe the stock is not where it was at one point, but...
They're always held to a higher standard.
Still a $600 billion company, not exactly struggling.
Huge, right.
The cars.
The cars, he didn't say much about the cars either,
He refused to answer about the cars. Do you think that he should say we're actually... I mean, if they actually are looking at cars in a meaningful way, do you think you're supposed to say yes?
But historically,
you made progress, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, historically with technology companies, there's always this fear of vaporware, which is you talk about a product that you're working on, that you're going to build, never comes to pass, and so then it doesn't look good, it's not good for your company, it's not good for consumers. So that's always why they're going that way. It's like, I don't know if there's a thing to talk about here. You don't want to promise something you're not going to deliver.
My macro question, Ed, watching it last night was why? Why did they do it? Apple doesn't, we've all dealt with Apple. They don't do anything that's not calculated. I was watching and thinking, what are they trying to get across here?
You mean in terms of the car, like why
No, why do the whole 60 minutes thing at all? I didn't really, they have a goal, maybe to stem the stock slide, but they didn't talk about the stock.
I don't think it was
I think there's a perception.
Exactly.
So there is a perception issue, that's for sure. Well, I mean, look, I think it's about innovation, right? That it's a company for innovation, and the watch didn't quite hit the way it was supposed to. What's next? I don't know if you can talk about the Apple cars.
It could be.